Hello, my name is Trev. I am the Geekologist. Welcome to the Geekology channel. Today we're going to talk about my favourite subject, not just audio, but that subgenre of audio, vinyl. Today, Fosi Audio have not only sent me a tube Phono preamp, which you can see here. I'm not even going to point to it. I know I always do that, so I'm going to resist the temptation just this once. But I get to talk to you all day about vinyl. Vinyl is my favourite current subject in the audio world. Why? Because I think that vinyl is making a serious comeback now. WH Smith are restocking vinyl. Yes, there's only 20 foot of shop space devoted to vinyl in their stores, but they have got vinyl back in there. And once vinyl, when it's new at least, goes down from £30 for a new album to a more manageable £10 for a new album, then vinyl will be back in everyone's front rooms. Well, it's not in my front room, it's downstairs, of course. And we will be going downstairs in due course to show this one off. Fosi Audio have not only sent me a review copy of a tube Phono preamp, and I don't have a tube Phono preamp myself, but they are offering you, yes you, the viewer, 20% off the retail price if you follow the eBay link in the description that I have incorporated into my YouTube video. If you do that and you get it using that link, you will get the comeback if something goes wrong with it, God forbid, because things do go wrong with audio products, electrical products, as we know. You do get the comeback, but you get a 20% discount, so this will come to you at £52.79. How on earth can a £52.79 Phono preamp stand up with the gear that I have downstairs? Because downstairs I've got a Riga RP6 that has a recommended retail price of £1,500 with the existing moving magnet cartridge, the Riga Exact, which I've long ago discarded and put a moving coil cartridge in there. Or I've got alternatively the Lynn Sondek LP12 turntable, and that's known as a transcription turntable because of the quality. Technically they believe that it goes into the quality of a transcription level of phono quality, and the Lynn Sondek LP12 also has a moving coil cartridge in it. Downstairs we will be evaluating this against the Riga Phono Mark II preamplifier, which has had solid reviews ever since it came out and is well in excess of £200. If you are worried about tubes, their fragility, how to install them and how long they'll last, I'm here to show you what tubes are all about and how simple it is to install them and take them out. And the only precaution I would say to you is don't handle them with your fingers if you can help it, because it will spoil the look of them and the glass on the tubes could get, or valves could get, contaminated with your sweat, I suppose. As you can see, these have been already put in by me, they don't come installed. They come in these two little boxes when you get the package. You just got to take them out of these, and they don't say not to handle them, they just say handle carefully. Well, what I would say is just use a clean cloth if you can, something that you can get a good grip with. I'll deinstall these and reinstall these basically in front of you. So to take them out, it's just a twisting, a pulling and pushing motion, not a twisting motion, a pulling and pushing motion. You can see how many different connections there are, and there's just that one gap at the top, and in here you can see where the gap is, can't you? All you got to do is line them up and then push and pull it in until it fits snug, and then you've got a really decent connection. I'll try now. Take your time with it, don't be scared, and once you've got them lined up, you'll know. I've got mine lined up now. Look, this is the sort of thing you've got to do. That's in. That's all there is to it. This is an off-on switch, and you've got three settings: low, medium and high. Low, medium, high, and off. This is a moving magnet Phono preamp. It's only intended to be used for moving magnet cartridges. However, I have two moving coil cartridges downstairs that I will be using to connect this, and I will be putting it to medium gain on the box. Because I have high output moving coil cartridges, I have a Denon high output moving coil cartridge, I can use that in a moving magnet preamplifier, so I have no issues. If you have the traditional moving coil cartridge, this won't be suitable for you, I'm sorry. We have around the back, if you have a bit of wire that you can attach from your record player into this, you'll ground out your record player. Some turntables, record players, have those built in. For instance, the Lynn Sondak has that. Then you have your input and your output. What I will be doing for the demonstration is I will be putting the input from my Riga IP6 into here, and the output will go to my Pro mixer, and then the Pro mixer will then use its USB interface and record live onto my Audacity software that's in my Windows PC downstairs. And all I've done is I've interchanged the Phono preamp from the Riga Phono with this one, and I've got a demo ready for you of Adam the Ant Stand and Deliver, and you can see the difference between the two once you've had a listen to that. Headphones only, because headphones will be the best way to evaluate the differences unless you've got a top-notch hi-fi. This is not being done using binaural in-ear mics this time. It's just being done using that Pro Mixer audio interface. So it's a standard stereo setup that if you've got a good enough hi-fi, you will be able to tell what difference the Fosi Audio Box 2 makes over the Riga Phono Mark II Phono preamplifiers. All that's changed in this is one amplifier, preamplifier should I say, has been changed for another one. All the cables, all the volume levels, the record is exactly the same. Therefore, if you hear any differences, the only way that you're hearing differences has to come from one of the two boxes. Once we've had a listen to Adam the Ant Stand and Deliver, we'll come back and I'll give you my opinion as to what I think are the good, the bad and the ugly. Then obviously at the end of it, you can give me your comments as to what you thought, because you have a set of ears that are unique to you and a brain that is attached to those ears that evaluates and makes those choices. Whilst I'm an expert and I'm a geekologist, I am the geekologist, and this is the Geekology channel. So therefore my weight is there in terms of my opinion. I still don't have your ears, and that's the one thing that I need from you.
Stand and deliver! I'm the dandy highwayman who you're too scared to mention. I spend my cash on looking flash and grabbing your attention. The only showbiz loses. We're the dandy highwaymen and here's our invitation. Throw your safety overboard and join our insect nation. Stand and deliver. Honey, will you lie? Try the mirror. Can't follow the road night. Even though you fool your soul, your conscience will be mine. Oh, mine.
Before I get into the do's and don'ts and ins and outs and goods, bads and uglies of the Fosi Audio versus the Riga Phono preamp, I did forget to mention that there is a little hole here. It's a 3.5mm connector, and it looks like that means that the Fosi Audio is a Phono preamp headphone amp. It's not. This is an input for other devices to go into it, and then using the outputs on the back you can then send that signal from your input device to an amplifier. This is for standard input devices such as your CD players and the like, and don't worry because it's attenuated. In other words, it's a lot less gain involved, because normal devices don't need anything like the gain of a turntable, which sends the sound from a tiny thing, which is the stylus. The elliptical tip on the end of a stylus is tiny, and it has to translate what's going into that into the same level of sound as what comes out from a CD player or a tape player. Let's have a little chat about what I thought the difference was between the Riga and the Fosi. And in fact, I preferred the sound of the Fosi. And now the Riga's got a tremendous reputation. It is over 4 times the price of the Fosi Audio Box 2, especially with the 20% discount for the Fosi Audio. At $52.79, in my opinion, this just slightly beat the sound of the Riga Phono. I preferred the less overwhelming bass of the Fosi Box 2. You'll find that there's less bass impact on the Fosi Box 2 compared to the Riga. I thought the Riga went a bit lower and the bass was slightly more coloured than the Fosi, which was a little bit faster bass. What that gave the Fosi, the Riga lost out on, was clarity of the vocals or main instrument. In my opinion, I thought that I could follow the vocals clearer on the Fosi. What amazed me about the two was when I first listened to it, and I was going in between the two recordings and I had my eyes closed, so I didn't know which one was which. I soon got confused as to which one I was listening to. It was that close to the Riga, which amazed me to start with. What shocked me is the fact that in the end I think I prefer the sound of the Fosi. The Riga is obviously a transistor, not a valve affair, and you would have thought that would have made the Riga less warm and faster, more linear, more accurate to the original signal it's receiving. But actually I think that the Riga just had more bass slam on it and was actually less accurate, and had a slightly richer, lusher presentation to it, whereas the Fosi is a slightly thinner but more accurate presentation. And I think the Fosi just goes low grade. I mean, I think that it is restoring the bass that inherently is lost on vinyl, because that has to be recorded very bass light, because if you put the amount of bass that you would put in a digital recording onto a vinyl record, the grooves would be such that the needle would jump, or the stylus would jump as it was playing it. So that actually all has to be done from the stylus back through to the Phono preamp and then to the amp. The bass is all done that way. It's a little bit of magic called RIAA or something like that. I'm not quite sure of the science behind it, but Fosi Audio do that bass just great. Riga do it deeper, and it's warmer and more coloured, in my opinion, than the Fosi. You may prefer the Riga over the Fosi. What I would say is just listen to it again and again and again, and you'll realise just how good that Fosi Audio is. Such that at the moment, this will now become my de facto Phono preamp for my Riga, and the Lin Sondek will go to the Riga. The Lin Sondek doesn't quite have as much bass as the Riga. It's not quite got as good a cartridge as the Riga. So the Riga Phono preamp will lift the bass slightly on the slightly less bassy Lin Sondek, and the Fosi Audio Box 2 will lessen the bass on my Premier RP6 with the better cartridge. So I have horses for courses, don't I? During the course of the next few weeks or months, I'm hoping to be able to bring you a lot more vinyl stuff. If you follow the channel, you will realise just how much vinyl stuff I'm putting on there. I've got hundreds and hundreds of vinyl recordings, and slowly and surely I'm trickling them out onto the Geekology channel. So there'll be real vinyl recordings. They've been ultrasonically cleaned. Over the course of the next few weeks and months, I've been promised a few more Phono preamps to try out with you. I hope you will stay with me on that journey, and I hope to be able to tell you in a year's time that vinyl has come on leaps and bounds from what it has been even back now when I'm talking to you. I hope you've enjoyed this. You have been watching a review of the Fosi Audio Box 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please comment. If you didn't, please comment likewise. Until the next time, I'll be seeing you. Good day and goodbye.